Okay, I'm going to try and do something different here. I play a lot of World of Warships, and I sometimes have games which I think really show off what's so great about this game. And this is one where, well, it ends up turning out to be a whole lot more interesting than I thought. Um, I'm going to be in the New Orleans, which is a Tier 8 American cruiser. The tier is an approximate value of where it ranks compared to other ships. If you take a look here, you'll see that what we have is a whole lot of Tier 8s and 9s and the occasional Tier 7. There are some pretty high tier destroyers. We have two Kageros. They are torpedo machines. The enemy has a Kagero and also a Fletcher. The Fletcher is an extremely good, well-rounded American destroyer. So, starting off here, I see that I'm on the far right. You see on the mini-map, I am the bright white triangle. There are two destroyers near me, the Hatsuharu and the Fubuki. Those are the two of the weaker destroyers that we have. Now we're over on the far right, and the obvious place to go is C. So the destroyers have a low spotting range. They can get in there without being seen too easily. So what I do is I play the classic cruiser support role. I say that I'm going to support the Hatsuharu, which is the ship that's off my starboard bow there. And to my surprise, it sounds like he's on board with it. So actual coordination in a random game, that's alright. The Fubuki is coming up on my left bow, and I'm just basically closing. I'm actually closing range on C. If you look at my rear gun, it's actually pointing off to the left. That's because I'm intending to make a right hook when I come up here, and I don't want to have to rotate my guns. So there's not a lot happening usually in the early going. You can see that most of the rest of our team is actually heading towards A. The battleships are the little symbols with 2 slashes through them, the cruisers have 1 slash, and the destroyers are little triangles. And the 2 Kageros are going to pick up B, hopefully. The question is where the bad guys are. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I've started my turn. I'm actually taking a careful look to see how far is it to the far end of the cap circle, and it's about it's just around 12 kilometers. Now what makes the New Orleans unique is that it has, for cruisers, it has a lower spotting range than a lot of them. Actually almost all of them. Can't think of a cruiser that has a low spotting range as the New Orleans with some of the upgrades attached. Basically, nobody can see me if I'm not firing unless they're within 11.2 kilometers. Whereas these other ships, they're being spotted because our destroyers are within their spotting ranges. They've not spotted our destroyers yet, but there is the Polish destroyer, the Błyskawica, I think it is, and is coming in. As you can see, we only got sporadic visual contact on it, so I'm trying to fire in its general direction. My team has finished capping C, but that Błyskawica is going to push its way in, and it's a gunboat and easily able to dominate possibly both the Hatsuharu and the Fubuki at the same time. So they are turning tail and dumping torpedoes. And I score a single hit on it, but probably not much effect. The torpedoes that have been launched from, I think, I can't really tell which destroyer, are going in there. And it looks like we might get lucky. That's 1 and 2 torpedo hits, and I'm actually frankly amazed the Błyskawica is still afloat, because a lot of destroyers can be taken out with 1 torpedoes, and it took 2. And as we can see, it has almost no hit points left, so I'll fire off a couple of shots here. Just trying to spread them out a bit, holding on my 3rd shot, and well, that's the end of the Błyskawica. It's the first kill, and somebody shot at me, and shots went over my side there, as you can see that. I'm now detected, though. When you fire, essentially you can be seen from larger range, so longer range, about another 4 or 5 kilometers, I think. Looks like the shores took a torpedo. That's good. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm turning away, breaking contact, and I've broken contact. The spotting time after shooting lasts about 20 seconds, so I was basically trying to break contact. I'm behind the smoke screen too, that also helps. Now I'm checking my options here. I can within range of both the Ibuki and the shores. I've got armor piercing loaded, so I'm not really too eager to shoot at the shores quite yet. I want him to turn away from me. I want to see the broadside of it, and turning away, and it's actually, oh, only got 1 gun to fire because the other ones haven't rotated yet. There we go. And that's actually looking pretty good. Well, that's actually really pathetic. 460 damage. And then, yeah, only another 1500. It helps, but it's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for a big hit there. But hitting him while he's in the cap circle delays his ability to cap. You see that the little C triangle is turning from green to red. I find another volley. He generated a miss, but I turned away at the same time. I turned hard to port on to try and generate that miss. Now he's shooting again. It looks like he's going to miss again. Whereas I think I've got a pretty good volley there. And yes, a Citadel hit. That means a serious penetration, big damage. As you can see, his health bar is way down. He's slowed right down. So I've adjusted my aim, and it looks like he's decided to just be right under my guns, and another Citadel hit, and he's down. And I'm actually coming out of this completely unscratched so far. However, the enemy Ibuki is in the cap circle, and it looks like they're going to complete the cap on C. So we don't actually own A or B yet, though we've almost got them. What happens is when you own a cap circle, you're going to accumulate points. Up top you see that there's +4. Well, we killed somebody. They lost a ship. That was a big points gain. And the enemy Kagero has decided to reveal itself. So that is my primary target. That's what I'm most interested in right now. While I can see him, I only see him because the Fubuki has him with the spotting range. I've loaded high explosive, better damage effect on a lightly armored ship like a destroyer, and those should do a little bit. Yep, did a little bit of damage, but he's still quite healthy. Alright, the Kagero is behind the island, and I gotta watch out for those torpedoes coming in, but Fubuki's gotta watch out for them first, and he's taking a bit of grief here. He's on fire, and he's got a torpedo coming in, and he's gonna be very careful here. Oh, just barely missed. Good dodge. Alright, so the Kagero's decided to disappear for now. I gotta watch out for those torpedoes. It's got very long-range torpedoes, but I have to keep fighting my ship. So I'm making a long left turn. I'm no longer being seen by anybody, so I'm back in essentially my stealth mode. So I'm thinking push back towards C, maybe go support B. It's hard to tell. There's an Ibuki there, there's a rune there. I'm actually worried about both because they both outclass me in terms of ships. There's a dangerous Kagero, and that Fletcher over there now looks like he's actually going off to the main force. Our forces looks like they're doing okay. We're 4 kills to 3 right now. So we're looking pretty good. The enemy Fletcher is capping B. I'm thinking maybe what we need to do is push into C. The Ibuki has moved away from C. The Kagero, well, I don't know where it is, but we'll figure out what it does when it gets there. It might be trying to loop around, but I'm not being spotted. That little symbol that says I'm being spotted is not there. That's an almost must-have captain's perk. Oh, momentary spot on the Ibuki. There it is. And it's within range, and I'm loading HE. I've got HE loaded up. May as well fire, and I don't know why I haven't switched to AP yet. Oh, no, there I go. Switched to AP. Momentary break on visibility of the Ibuki. Oh, a complete miss. I spliced him. Straddled him with my shots. Alright, he's turning in. He's turning in back into C. No, he's turning away, and that's when I open fire. So he's turned away. I have a broadside again on him. The AP's out. What I'm looking for is those good armor-piercing hits that strike through a Citadel and, well, an ineffective hit. He turned away and generated the miss, but I did the same. So far, I have yet to actually be touched, which is good so far. And I realize that now I've actually pushed the Ibuki out of my range, and that's no good. I'm not doing any good around here. I'm still a bit worried about incoming shots, so I'm actually moving fairly slowly. I cut my speed just to try and make somebody with a longer range overshoot, but nobody's firing. So I'll turn back in, and now I think it's time to push C. The Ibuki is moving away from C. We need to cap C. We've got a slight points lead right now. So I've requested a cap on C, and the Fubuki has acknowledged. That's good. It's nice to have teammates who are willing to work together. I could shoot at the rune here, but again, I've got armor piercing loaded, and it looks like he is... Oh, he's now turning a little bit more broadside. Now I've got my opportunity to shoot at the rune. So take my shots. Back turret hasn't rotated yet. These are looking okay, though. Oh, a pretty fortunate Citadel hit, 7,000. Get my back guns out of the way. Not going to get to shoot at him for very long, so that's fine. My real goal is to head for C and to support the destroyer there. And these shots are not going to do much. Yeah. The armor-piercing shots mostly deflected off, so no real damage. Okay, there's that Ibuki again, and the rune decided to open up on me, and he might... Oh, no, he overshot me. But he's probably going to get some more rounds, except now, once again, I am off their radar. They cannot see me. That is what I really like about the New Orleans. But it also tells me something else. It tells me that the Kagero is not nearby. Fletcher's spotted up in the middle of the map there. It's heading in my general direction. Worry about that later. We've got 2 ships in the area that should be able to do something about it. Alright, now I'm in range of the Ibuki. About 15.9k is my gun's range. There's torpedoes heading towards it. I don't think they're going to do much. But we're recapping C. The Fubuki has recapped C for us. That's really important. Sure, the Ibuki's coming back, but we've denied the enemy points, and we should be able to do it, get points ourselves. And now we're actually just slightly behind on points because we've lost another allied ship. It's now 6 ships on 6 ships. Really even right now, except I think their cruisers are better than this. Yep, I got some shots off on him, but really small damage. I'm trying to get a spot on him through the smoke. The Fubuki's in the smoke too, so only one of us has to see him. Oh, there it is. I see him. He sees me. Hopefully that's a good shot. He disappeared just as I was about to fire. Oh, that's an okay shot. It did good damage. No citadels, though. I am trying to deny him an easy high damage shot on myself, but now he's behind the island. I can't shoot at him. He can't see me, but I can see him because my Fubuki is supporting me. That enemy Kagero, I don't know where it is. If it was, it would probably be able to see me, report my position to the Ibuki. This would be a different story. But instead, what I've got is an opportunity to prepare myself to shoot a broadside at him. Oh, and it hit the island. Well, that sucks. I'm going to take some fire here in a sec. There comes the fire, and looks like it's armor-piercing shells, so it's a good thing I turned away. Completeness. I've got my chance to shoot again, quickly before he turns away too much. Decent damage. It's the best I can expect once he's no longer perpendicular to my shots. But it looks like he's going around this island and he's taking another left turn. And when you're in a turn like this, well, he's not continuing the turn, so I think that's alright. So he's dodging torpedoes. I miss. I sense an opportunity to basically turn my bow around, and he's doing the same thing. And now the Fletcher's shown up. Fletcher's shown up over there by the Fubuki, and that's a problem. So, but that's a big hit. That's 13,001 volley. He's still showing me his broadside, so I'm going to keep trying to get what I can out of this. And 4 citadels in 1 volley, and now he's basically done for. That is a shockingly good result. Wow. So all I need to do, I need to get something out of him before he's out there. He's repairing. He has that ability. I do not. But I get 1 volley off. Is it enough? It is enough. Another citadel, and he's gone.
Enemy cruiser founder.
And I managed to dodge another volley, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself right about now. I just got to go deal with that Fletcher, which killed our Fubuki, and this should be okay. So this is a little bit dangerous. What do you do about destroyers? Destroyers okay, those would be destroyers from the Ibuki. They're not a big concern. There's the Fletcher. I've got HE loaded. Time to take some shots at him. Now, I'm really worried about his torpedoes at this range. He's at 5 kilometers. He's got good torpedoes. I need to also think about this island, and I need to dodge this island, and now there is the Kagero. I've been wondering where he was. So what was he doing this whole time? I'm not sure, but he's back. And now I've got a Tier 9 destroyer in front of me and a Tier 9 destroyer behind me, and they both got extremely good torpedoes, and they can hold their fire. Now, this guy, I'm thinking he should have fired his torpedoes. He's looking for a good time to fire his torpedoes. He hasn't fired his torpedoes. Ouch, I'm on fire.
Ship is on fire.
But can I? Yes, I can. Torpedoes can't really go through islands, and now this Kagero has wasted his opportunity to shoot torpedoes and maybe he couldn't fire again. So now I can make a slow turn, safe from the Kagero, apart from his guns, which aren't that effective. The Fletcher is now the big concern here. So I need to start hitting her. There's the Fletcher's torpedoes, and they're heading right for me, but the Fletcher has made a mistake. The Fletcher shot at where I was going to be before I opened up my turn and accelerated, and as a result, I live and he dies.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
So that just leaves me in the Kagero. This is a lot better than it was just a few seconds ago. But on the other hand, most of my team seems to have evaporated. We have the points lead,
Victory is in sight.
but now I am the lone cruiser against this destroyer, a cruiser, and a battleship. And that battleship has killed 5 people already. So he's no chump. But this destroyer really is pushing things aggressively here, and the New Orleans guns, they hit pretty hard. So you can see like that. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to bring my 2 front guns to bear. I have
Our victory is in sight.
3-gun turret on the back and 2 3-gun turrets in the front. I want to get more damage to hit this guy faster. Now he's going to open up with his torpedoes. This will not take long at all. But I've got my rest of my guns to bear. This should finish him off. He's down. Oh, and so are both of my friends.
Torpedoes,
Okay.
astern.
And there's the warning about torpedoes, just as expected. And those are a lot of torpedoes. And
Torpedoes
now
astern.
it's a matter of avoiding the torpedoes. He's fired them in 2 spreads, one to the left, one to the right. I think I just want to slide in between these. But I'm the last person alive, and the spot on the last 2 ships was in B. They're going to be super keyed for finding me and ending this. We've got the points lead, so they have to either cap or kill, and there's only 3 minutes left. And I'm thinking right now I'm going to lose. Because they're going to be able to do something about it. But there's only less than 3 minutes left. They may not have time to gain the points. And everyone in chat is basically telling me right there. They're saying, just stay away, don't engage. Well, I hear their point. Once those torpedoes are past me, I make my turn. I head for the hills. And now it's just a matter of how close is that rune. Is it going to suddenly appear from behind the headland there? Because if it's not within range now, it's never going to be, because I can see it a whole lot further away than it can see me. And my team senses the victory. And I think they're right. They can go ahead and pick off another cap, but it just affects the rate at which you gain points. If we get to time 0 and we still have a points lead, we win. So I'm sitting on 5 kills, an amazing amount of Citadel hits. I've got the Kraken Award for kills. I've got I'm not sure what the other one is. Did I get first blood? I might have. So this has been, by all accounts, a very good game. And if I get a win, it's a big experience bonus. So the rune is in sight, but he's 13 kilometers away, and he's never going to see me. Looks like the Amagi, the remaining enemy battleship, on 6 kills now, has gone and capped A. But this is where I have the advantage of choosing whether to engage or not, and I don't need to engage. So I am simply just going to run out the clock. And since running out the clock is boring, I'm just going to speed this up. Yep, there's the rune. The rune is just about in C, but we have a almost 200 point advantage, and it's just not going to matter. 30 seconds left. Let's bring that down. Yeah, this was definitely a heart-pounding game, especially that moment in between those destroyers. And that's World of Warships, and that's my narrated battle. Hope you enjoyed it. By all accounts, this was a very good game for me, and as you can see, I'm at the top of my team, which feels really nice. And it looks like that enemy Amagi that we never actually saw, the enemy battleship Amagi, was also extremely effective player, and the way I felt about potentially playing like that and then losing the game, I gotta figure that the Amagi captain had to come out feeling like that, especially since he was on a team that lost to New Orleans that just refused to come back and fight to the death, but instead play for the team and capture the win. So, if you enjoyed this, hey, let me know. Drop a comment below. I might do this again sometime. Thanks.